Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to work on a Python script which is going to be kind of an automation. So here what we are going to do is, let's say something bad happens and you wanted to send a proper message to, let's say, list of your family members or close friends, but you couldn't because you are not here anymore. So you can do some kind of automation with Python, which means that the script is going to send an email with all the details that you want to send them, which is going to be pre-drafted obviously, and that is what we are going to achieve in this video. So before we work on that, if you are new to my channel, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Now let's see what we have to do and how should we achieve it. Alright, so first thing first is that we need Python 3 version. So currently I am using Python 3.9.0. So whichever latest version you have at your end, it is going to work fine if it is of Python 3. Now the libraries that we are going to use is, we are going to use date, datetime, and time delta. So these are specifically for time, as you can see. Then we need smtplib and SSL. So we are going to use Gmail server here. So we are going to send an email through a Gmail account towards a Gmail account, right? So here we have to do something with that Gmail account first so that it allows us to send an email or let it automate, right? So if you go to manage Google account option, so here you will see a security option. So we have to go there, and I'm not using this account specifically for doing the automation, but I'm letting you know if you want to do it, how should you do it. So here you will see a two-step verification process. So you have to enable it, and to enable it you have to provide your mobile number to provide security, and once you validate that mobile number, then it is going to turn on your two-step verification. So let me show you what it will look like after we are done with our two-step verification. So I'm going to use this email account to automate, and here you can see that the two-step verification process is on. And once this is on, you will see this app passwords option. And before we go to two-step verification turning on, you can see that we don't have that option here, right? So it only comes up when you have your two-step verification enabled. And this is what we have with Google right now. Maybe if in near future it gets changed and the process is going to be difficult again. So you have to Google it, find out how you can do it, right? Now here in app passwords, you have to create an app password. So first you have to log into your account. So once you do that, you have to choose these options. So as I'm going to use this password for mail, so I'll select mail. And then I'll choose the device on which I do want to automate this. So I'm going to use Windows computer, so I'll choose this. So once I click on generate, it is going to give me a password which I can use in my Python script to connect with my Gmail account, right? So I have to log into my Gmail account to send the proper mail. So that is how you can achieve it with Google. Now we are done with this. Now let's actually write our Python script. So as I said before, we need few libraries. So we don't have to install it, they come to us by default. So smtplib and SSL, right? So these are specifically for our Gmail connectivity. Now we have to import few things for date, and I'll tell you why we are going to use this, but just hold this question for a while. So these are for date checks. Now what do we need to do? As I said before, we have 3 steps here. First is that we need to connect to our Gmail account, send the email. Now there is third condition. Third condition as in we need to send an email only when that condition is meeting, right? So for me that condition is, let's say if I don't log in to my system within a week. So if I log into my system after a week, it will trigger this Python script to send an email to recipients. That could be a list of recipient, right? So these are the three things that we have to do. So first is, what is going to be the condition here? So talking about the condition, so condition, like I said, if current date -7 is greater than the previous login date. So if I don't log into my system within a week, then this condition is going to be true. In that case, I'm going to connect to my Gmail account and then send the mail. So this is the condition. Now, how will I check my previous login date? So what will happen? Let's say if I run this script for the very first time. So first time, I'll create a file named datelog.txt. So this date log is going to hold only one date, as in your previous login date. So I'll initialize this file with the date, let's say, of today. So today we are with 27 Jan 2023, right? So this is going to be there in my datelog.txt file. Now, if I don't log in within a week, then for that we will have a date something or somewhere around 3rd of Feb 2023. So this 3rd of Feb is your current date now, and this is your previous date. So here we will have these two dates comparison, and if this condition is true for these two dates, then we will send an email, right? So enough talking about the explanation. Let's write the code now. So first is that we need to read the file. So read data from log file. So here I'll open the file. So let's initialize file name. So this is going to be at temp, and the name is datelog.txt. Alright, so I'll just choose file name here and I'll read this file. Now I have to read the content inside this file. So file date equals to file dot read, and we are going to have only one date here, so we don't have to bother about anything else. We can print this out for now to help us with debugging, and I'm also going to return this date for future purpose. So right now I just want to test this method, so I'll just do read data from log file. I'll just call this out and let's save it to desktop and remove this semicolon. Now you can see here that we have this file datelog.txt, and in this file I have date 1 week before, as in 18 Jan 2023. So if I run this code now, it is going to pick up that date and print it out for me. So let's run this. Okay, so seems I did something wrong here. Yeah, so it should be lib. Let's run this again. Okay, no module name date. All right. So we got the date from our file. That's okay. Now we have to update this file also. So when are we going to update this file? Let's say if I log into my system within a week, let's say once a week. So it has to update that date on which I'm actually logged into my system in this file, right? So that also we have to do. Otherwise what will happen is if we don't update the file with the login date, then it is going to send an email, right? We don't want that. We only want to send an email when something bad happens and we are not able to log into our system. We are not here anymore, right? So if someone opens your system, it is going to trigger sending that mail. So that is what we want here. So here we will need another method. Update file with current date. So current date. So here is the usage of your date libraries. That's why we imported them. Now I'll print this also for debugging purpose. Now I'll write this file with the current date. So this is not going to write, rather this is going to overwrite the data, and that is what we want here. We don't want two dates here. So file.write, here we will use string to format it. And then we will close this file. I forgot to close the file here. Alright, now let's call this method as well. So as we can see, the date previously we had 18, now it is 27 Jan. This is what we are getting as a print, but let's see if the file got updated. So yeah, the file also get updated. Now we have to work on sending email. So here we have to create a function to send an email. So send mail. So for Gmail, the port is 465. SMTP server is going to be SMTP. So similarly, what we are doing for Gmail, you can do for any other emailing website. So here you have to just change your port and SMTP server detail. That's all. Then I would need sender email. Let's do sender mail. So it is going to send from my account, Prashant Sharma testmail@gmail.com. Then we need receiver. So receiver mail can be a list or a specific user. So I'm going to go with a specific user. And coding center@gmail.com. Alright, now we need password, and this password is going to be what we got generated when we enabled the app password option. So that we can put here. Then we need a message. So let's put that here. So I'll just do subject hi Prashant, this was a last message from Python. Now you can do anything here. You can even beautify it with HTML, or you can simply read a file in your message. That can also be done. Now we need a context here. So I'll just use SSL here and use the default context. Now with SMTP we are going to actually connect to our server now. So I'll just use SMTP SSL method. So here I will provide three things. One is going to be our server on which we want to connect. Then we need the port and context. So our context is going to be the context, this one. So you can use this here. Now I'm going to use this as server. Now first is that we have to log in. With our mail and password, right? Now we have to send the mail, so we'll use send mail method, and here we will provide sender mail, receiver mail, and the message. That's all. Okay, I forgot the dot here. So this is what we have to do to send a mail. Now talking about the condition, so because we forgot to put the condition here. Now we are reading the file from this method and updating the file using this one. So what we will do is, first we are going to read the file into an object. So this is going to be file date. Now remember, this object is going to be your string because we are reading string, right? We have to create a date object so that we can have date comparison in between two dates. So here I'll just format this datetime.strp time, and here I will provide the object that I want to parse, so file date, and then the format. So I'm using YYY YMD. So that is what we are going to put here. So Y, M, and D. All right, then we will just fetch the date object. Now we have to fetch the current day. So date dot today. All right, so we have current date, we have the file date from the file. Now we'll use if condition here. So if current date -7 as in a week, so I'll use time delta here. Now we have used time delta also. That is why I asked you to hold till now. So days equals to 7. If it is greater than your file date object, that means we have exceeded the range. So in that case, what I will do is I'll send the email and I'll print mail sent. All right, so good enough. If the condition doesn't meet, in that case I'll simply update the file with current date. Now you must be wondering, this is all okay, like we have written the logic and all, but how are we actually send the mail, or how are we actually going to trigger this script? So good thing is, if you go with Windows R, you will see this option to shell startups. You can type this out, then you will navigate to this location, your startup location. So whatever you put here is going to get triggered automatically when you restart or start your system. So this script that we are writing here, it is going to get called out after your system is turned on, right? So then it will actually run your script and send the mail. But remember that you initially need this datelog.txt file with an initial date. Afterwards it is going to work smoothly, so you don't have to worry about that later on. So now if I run this, as you can see in our where did we go? In our datelog.txt, the date is this, and it is not going to send an mail. So here the condition is not going to meet. So if I run this code now, so you can see that the condition didn't meet. That's why it didn't send the mail. Now if I change the date here, so let's do 26 now, and I want it to be updated to 27. So let's close this. So let's see. So yeah, it is getting updated, right? Now let's put down the condition, real one. So here I'll just do 19, and this is 7 days before. So if I run the code now, okay, so we are getting authentication error. So we are getting the authentication error because I didn't provide the password here. So you have to provide your password, and I won't show it obviously. So I'll put it up and then I'll run. So now I'm getting this error, receiver mail is not defined. Okay, so I did a typo here. So let's copy this, paste it here. Now it's good. So it's running now. Yeah, so mail sent. Now let's see if we got the mail. So yeah, as you can see here, I got the mail, and this was very quick. So this was the last message from Python, and I got the subject, hi Prashant. So yeah, this was all that we need to do, and you can try with this startup as well. Obviously it is going to run. I have to stop recording if I want to show you that, because my system is going to shut down. So yeah, so believe me, it is going to work, and if not, you can let me know on the comment section. So this is it for this video. I really hope you learned something new, and I really hope that we will meet in some another video. Till then, have a good day, stay safe, and bye bye.